Put my phone on silent.
Yes, thank you. That is a pet peeve.
I've got not much
Do we?
It's alright.
Hi guys.
Hello.
We're back to our OG setup. Thank God, 'cause that was weird.
Yes, it was so weird.
But you know, we make do as we always do.
Yeah. But we are a week late again.
Why?
Apologies.
Just be ignorant.
But
Talk about it.
happy 1 year,
Yeah.
everybody. It was actually our 1 year last week, but you know, you girls are busy.
But to be honest, we have actually just filmed this on the 28th and the 27th was
our yeah.
So realistically,
We're on time. We're just
we're on time.
uploaded
Okay.
on time.
Don't beat us.
Yeah. So sorry.
Look, yeah, it's been fun. We've had a fun time. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. Obviously, I've got basically no lashes on, and I've got no nails on because I'm
Stress.
One, stress.
Stress.
Two, I just can't keep spending money like that. Like, what, $60 for nails, $75 for lashes every 2-3 weeks. I'm going away and I've been hit with so much shit to pay for. I've had enough.
I wish I had that mindset, to be honest. Like, I'm still not working, and I'm still getting my nails done. I'm still booking my eyelashes.
Honestly.
I'm like, I can't really go out. I can't really go without them.
No, I don't want to, but like, I think it's so much easier when you do have like your partner as well. So I'm literally like, I don't care anymore. Like.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care in that sense, but at the same time, I'm like, I look like a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
And my nails.
Feel that.
I feel like I've got children
again.
hands.
Like, I'm just like, I just can't justify it at the moment. I'm gonna get it all done before I go, obviously, so I can look nice when I'm
going,
living it up on the beach.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I'm gonna look like an absolute troll.
What are you gonna do when you don't, like, when you hit your 3-week mark?
Wait, which one?
Like when you're over there?
Oh, it'll just be like Europe. It'll just drop off.
Yeah.
And I'll look like a lesbian in South America, so not in Europe. So.
And she's gone for 2 months as well.
I am going for 2 months. It's a big trip, to be honest. And it's kind of like, it's exciting, but it's also like, fuck, like, I'm really grateful that I don't have to pay my rent that 2 months. I've got someone come.
You got someone coming in?
My
Good
group,
stuff.
which I'm like, thank fucking God, because like
that would have been a stress and a half.
Honestly, like again, I'm like Sophia and I are two people that kind of plan ahead. So like what I did with Europe, like we paid for everything in advance. So like most of my money is just gone, which is so stressful because like I don't have that much savings. But realistically, like all I have to do is spend my money.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's so scary to lose so much money and just not have shit happen in that period.
It's like at the moment with T, all her money is going to her house and her wedding, but she physically doesn't have it yet.
Like if you haven't really got nothing, you're like, where the fuck is my money going?
That is my stress. It's the same as me as well. My money's going into an account and I'm like, I don't have it yet.
Yeah. It's sad. It's like afterpay, but the other way around. Before pay.
It's frustrating.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, I reckon the month of June has genuinely been one of the shittest months of my life. Like, can't even exaggerate.
It hasn't been. I feel like it hasn't been a
bad
good month for
so
everyone.
many people. Like, I've heard of breakups. I've heard of so much shit going on. Like,
deaths.
So exactly.
There's a few people that have gone through a death in the family.
Exactly. And there's people that are just going through so much shit. Like, I don't know what it is, but males are just doing their own thing this month. June, men just, it's Gemini season.
Makes sense.
They just lose their fucking heads.
Yeah.
Like, I've got friends that I'm like, mate.
Yeah. It hasn't been a good month for anyone.
No.
So, but we're almost over.
It is almost over. We're nearly in July, which is actually insane because we've seen
so
second half of the year.
Oh, I can't. We're literally like 6 months away from Christmas. Oh, I don't know what Mum and I were talking about. Mum and I were talking about health covers. Yeah. And she was saying to me today, she was like, maybe you should ring and just see if you can take something off your health cover, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Maybe you can come back onto mine and I think with the health cover that I'm on, it's 27. And she was like, oh, there's no point because we're 27 soon anyway. And I'm like, sorry?
Ew!
27?
That's old.
That's disgusting. Well, it's not when you compare it to the person
fair.
that I'm with. Not saying that he's old, but like
he is old.
27's nothing, and I feel
for me
so
that's
old.
That's old. Yeah, like that's what I mean.
So
like,
old.
obviously, yeah, your partner's older. Like,
Yeah.
Like my partner just turned 28, and I was like,
Oh, he's close to 30.
ew.
Oh man.
Ew. Why are you that age?
Yeah, but yeah, I was like, oh, it's just another 6 months. Well, it's not. It's like a little bit over 6 months.
8.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a whole pregnancy.
Oh, I can't. It's just this year has gone so quickly.
Oh, legit.
No one's getting shit.
It's
for
because
this
everyone's
Christmas either.
getting kicked. Like, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
There's that much shit happening that, like, yeah, no. I'm full, like, I also think, like, you think back, like, obviously, you know, we met our partners, what, 8 months ago?
November.
7
May,
months ago.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 months ago.
7 months. Fucking hell.
What?
What?
Where the fuck's that going?
I didn't even think of that, to be honest. Like, I was like off our anniversary day,
yeah.
which is Feb.
Yeah, of course.
That's
Which
obviously
is
really
really-
like 4 months.
Yeah.
But when you say it like that, in
Yeah.
December, November, December,
Well, I met my
that
partner
is
in the start
ridiculous.
of November.
That is ridiculous.
That's what I mean, like, we were talking the other day, and it's like, Reese, I've known you for, yeah, nearly 8 months now.
No, you haven't.
What?
Where? Where has that 8 months come from? You liar.
What? Sorry?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
mean.
a thing.
Like, by the time I get back from my trip, I will have known my partner for a year. Nearly.
Oh, that's
a month off a year.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Like, it's also messed up to think, like, I also feel like I've known him for so fucking long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're like,
Which is a good thing.
It is, but it's
Which
also
is a
like,
good thing.
time is just, the concept of time, I just can't, I never want to wrap my head around.
Every
I
year
don't
is
get
just getting quicker and quicker.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not. Well, we've been doing this for a year. Well, yeah.
And so much has changed.
So much has changed. But before we go into that, do you want to tell everyone about your week? Because I don't really have anything happening. My partner's in England. He's back at home. I don't have a job. So I'm sitting at home doing nothing. I work at the gym. That's all I'm doing. So I don't really have anything to catch you guys up on. So
Yeah.
Bruce is holding it for the team.
I wish I fucking wasn't. I'm not gonna lie.
I wish I was holding half of it for you, honestly.
When did it start? Started on probably like, again, my month's been pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. I think it started on a Monday. Yeah, last Monday. So I was driving in the east, because fuck me. If it's a sign I shouldn't be in the east, it's a fucking sign.
There's multiple signs
I ended
right
up
now.
just, legit, I ended up running into the back of someone, which was, I've never done in my life. And when it happens, like, I was like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
Again, what we're going to talk about in some episodes to
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do I not know?
Yeah. It's like just simple things, like simple
Legit.
tasks that happen unfortunately all the time.
Fuck.
You're like, what do I do when I get into that situation?
Legit. So obviously, luckily, it's not luckily, my friend Larissa did run at the back of someone a couple months ago.
Mhm.
And she told me everything that she did. So I was kind of like, alright, we need to do this. I need to take a photo of this. And to be honest, I was so stressed because I was like, fuck me, like I have a trip coming up. I don't need this.
Yeah.
Luckily, my car was fine.
Yeah.
Her car wasn't that bad. Again, she could drive a Mitsubishi, so I was like, thank God it wasn't like a, you know,
Tesla.
I was in the east. It could have been a fucking Tesla,
Yeah.
it could have been an Audi, like
Could have been
really
a lot
grateful.
more worse.
And my partner wasn't with me at the time, so I was legit like stressing more because I was like, fuck, what do I do?
When you get into a car accident, like I touch wood,
Yeah.
haven't been in one. But when you get into a car accident, you're in shock.
Oh,
like
mate.
you don't, even if it's not bad, you are in shock. You're having a freak out. You don't know what the fuck to do.
I was like, fuck, I've actually just hit someone. I have not hit someone, but I've hit someone's car. Like,
Yeah.
I've crashed my car, and I was like, what? I was like, oh my god, like, is she okay? Like,
Yeah.
what happens if she's not okay? Like, what if she gets angry at me? Like,
Yeah, that would be my
I
first
was
thought. Like,
fuck me.
the driver's gonna rip my head off.
Literally, like, it was like the situation I was driving. I was like, I was in the car. I was like, oh my god, I feel like I've just been like pulled over by the police. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I'm like on my P's
And
I've done the
even
wrong
like
thing.
that, it just having a copper drive past you when you're doing absolutely nothing wrong.
Mate.
That feeling in your gut is literally how you feel.
I literally just wanted to call my partner and be like, can you please just come here and deal with this? I don't want to.
I don't want to do this.
I don't know what to say. And that element of shock is just it's not nice. Like, she was really lovely, thank God. And we both kind of just exchanged details. I go back in the car, and my partner would literally just call me. And he's like, oh, hey, how you doing? And I was like, oh yeah, just right at the back of someone. And he was like, what? And
you say
like,
it so casually too. Like, if
yeah,
you would have rung me and been
chill.
like, hey, yeah, I just hit someone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was really chill about it. I think, again, because I was processing it, I was like, fuck me, like, I don't know what goes on next.
Yeah.
And anyways, it was actually he was really good about it. I called my dad helped me out about it. It was pretty good, like, she was great. Everything went pretty smoothly. Again, my car wasn't damaged, so that's good. The insurance is obviously now coming through, which is great. Obviously, you still pay an excess, which is not fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, just like, I think after it, it was funny though. I went back to my partner's house, and again, he lives with all English people because he's English, and I was telling the guys that, like, what had happened, and they're like, oh, what did you get up to today? I was like, oh yeah, I just rear-ended someone. And one of his mates, he's gay, he was like, you did what?
And I literally was thinking about it, that he would have taken it the wrong way.
I went up someone's ass, and he's like, what?
In my car.
And then, like, he's like, my partner's roommate was full of stuff. Oh, she hit someone. Like, she had a car crash. And he's like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, why did you say those things?
Why
like,
did you say it like that?
That's what we say. Like, I was like, I didn't mean it. He's like, I genuinely thought someone, like, you pegged someone. I was like, but yeah, I peg my partner all the time. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It was so funny. Like, I just was like, oh, you know what, they do actually kind of sound pretty bad. Like, I rear-ended someone.
Yeah.
I ran back someone. I went up someone's arse. Like,
yeah. Couldn't think anything of it. Bless him.
Anyways, so that was a bit of a stressful time. But then the next day, I was driving to work in the morning, and I just didn't notice just how much we kind of don't realise how dangerous the road is. Like, and how dangerous other people can be.
I think you think about yourself in that moment.
Yeah.
You're like, I just wasn't paying attention.
Legit.
Imagine the amount of people that aren't paying attention. Like,
I'm doing like 80, 100.
Yeah. I was saying to us before, I was coming into the car park at the gym.
Yeah.
And I was looking to the left, and someone was reversing out of the car park on my right, and I just drove past.
Legit.
And I wasn't paying attention.
That's what I mean. Like, it's so scary. I was on the phone to my partner again, and I was like, I'm actually just, my hands are just gripping the steering wheel right now, because I'm like,
because normally you drive with one hand.
100%, I'm so chill, I'm speeding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck me, like, anyone at any moment in this time could genuinely just swerve and, like, smash my car.
Like, and it happens so often as well. Like, I was driving, I don't know where I was driving to, probably to the gym, or I was coming home from, and someone was in the middle lane, and I was driving alongside him, and all of a sudden he was doing this.
That's what I mean.
And coming close, and I was like, bro, whoa. And then he kind of zoomed off, and then I saw him put his head back down. I was like, get the fuck off your phone.
Like, either the phone, falling asleep, like, someone distracts you.
Yeah.
You literally just run a red light. Like, so much shit. I was like, fuck me.
I feel like I miss red lights all the time. Like, I don't think I do. Like, I think when I drive through and I'm like, no one's behind me.
Yeah.
You know when you look at the rearview mirror, no one's behind you, and I'm like, did I just run red?
Yeah.
I get that all the time.
I haven't run red, obviously. I've got a fine for it. But I genuinely, like, ran a full red one time. Like, I was so tired after, I think it's like a night shift at Macca's, and I was so tired that I didn't even know what happened. It was red, and I drove straight through it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait. It wasn't even like going red, it was red. And I was like,
and you can't do anything about it. After you do it.
Like, how do I just do that?
Yeah.
That's what I mean, anyone could fucking do that at any stage.
Yeah. And after you do it, it's kind of like, well, I've done it now. You can't do anything about it. You feel like horrible.
Oh my god. It's like when someone beeps you. Like, if you've like done something wrong, and you're like, oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
Please don't look at me.
I get that all the time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like when you cut someone off.
Yeah.
Is anxiety.
That's anxiety central.
I'm awful, just like, I'm sorry.
Don't look at me. I just pull up beside you at the red light. It's like, oh.
Yeah, and you're like, look.
I'm just gonna pretend like I don't.
I'm reading something.
Yeah.
So that was the start of my bad week, and then what was the day? And then Friday, I was just getting back into the gym. Everything's going great. I was really vibing, and I went and had a protein bar that had peanuts in it, which, if you guys don't know, I am anaphylactic to peanuts. So it all went downhill from there, and I was in hospital.
Yeah.
And again, having a partner that lives in the east was not fun.
No, it wouldn't.
B was in Melbourne.
I was in Melbourne for the weekend, which was not a good time.
Lewis was drunk. My roommate was at the gym, so everyone was just out of it, and I was like, fuck, I need to call my partner. Try not to freak him out, which again, he is such a calm person.
He's got that calming nature.
Oh my god. But that pissed me off.
I feel like they all do though.
Yeah.
Because ours would be the same.
Yeah. But it pissed me off.
Just be angry with me.
I could die here.
You need to hurry the fuck up.
You need to stress. Like,
yeah.
Literally, I call him and I'm like, hey, like, this has happened. And so he didn't stress too much because I'd recently had a bit of a reaction to like traces of something. It was peanuts, obviously. And I just had to take a tablet and I was fine.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like, cool, Bruce, like, you're being dramatic. Right? And I was like, you didn't say that.
I'm in hospital.
You didn't say that. Anyway, no, this was my drive there. So at this point didn't know what was going on. I didn't know the severity of it.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, look, this is what's happened. Just so you know, I'm feeling this. He's like, okay, legit. I hear in the background him eating. Just eating his dinner. And I was like,
just having a meal.
What are you doing? He's like, I was eating. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, look, honestly, my throat's starting to swell up. My airways are closing. Like, I need to go. He's like, again, oh, okay, like, yeah, if that's what you think you need to do. I was like, hang on. So then I start stressing because I'm like,
why
I'm
are
going to
you
drive
stressing?
myself here. And he's on the phone, he's like, Reese, like, just stay calm. And I'm like, I'm freaking out. Like, like, what if it closes?
I was
like,
about to say, when you're in, I mean,
Right.
I'm not allergic to anything, so I'm not anaphylactic. I don't know what it is.
Me.
But I think if I went through a stage where I felt like I couldn't breathe, I would panic.
That's what you do though. That's why
natural
human
human nature.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like freaking out. I could breathe to a degree, like it was fine. But I was like, it's getting worse, I don't know if it's just going to cut at any point. So I was driving to Northern Beaches Hospital. And he's no joke, doing the dishes. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just cleaning my plate. I'm like, I'm on the way to the hospital.
And you're not freaking out.
I'm like, get in your fucking car.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, like, what, like, are you actually going to the hospital? I'm like, yeah, like, this is getting bad. And he's like, oh,
what is it, Dusty?
Oh, okay.
But that's when he started crying.
No, still calm. He's like, okay, like, why don't we call someone so that they can be there with you until I get there? Because it's going to be another, like, 45 minutes. Because it was 6 p.m. on a Friday night.
Yeah, it would have been
right. He's coming across the bridge. And I was like, why do you want someone else to come and look after me? Like, you're supposed to. And he was like, no, that's not what I said. And I hung up. I was like, I'm not doing this.
I'm panicking enough as it is with my
I was
brain.
like, I'm literally dying and you're washing your dishes, trying to get someone else to look after me. And then I again called Larissa. I went to call you, but I was like, I know you're not there. And I again freaked out because I was like, no one's around.
I'm super freaked out too.
And then he called me back and he's like, okay, like, what's going on? Getting calm. And I was like, why the fuck are you so calm? And he's like, because like someone needs to be. And I was like,
someone needs to be in a relationship.
So I get to the hospital again. I had to park, and I just was full in tears at this point, freaking out. I get in, and they were like, oh yeah, no worries, just take a seat. Legit on the phone, he's like, don't you dare let anyone like take that seat. Like, get back. Yeah.
And I was like, take a seat.
Yeah, legit. I was like, I have anaphylaxis. I'm genuinely freaking out. Like, my airways are closing. Like, you could see me red, so puffed up, crying, shaking. Yeah. And he literally was like, put me on the phone to them. Like, if they do not let you through, I will literally I will sue, like, going off. Yeah. And I was like, fair. So then I was like, no, seriously, you need to get me to a nurse right now. Yeah. And they saw me, put me in, gave me all the stuff. And again, if you don't know about anything to do with allergies, I got my adrenaline, and then after the first shot of adrenaline, it gets worse.
No.
So again, my partner wasn't there at this stage.
Yeah.
So by the time he walked through the door, I was red raw, my whole body red.
Yeah.
Because I was in my gym clothes.
Yeah, yeah.
So you could see everything. My face was swollen. I was shaking from adrenaline.
Yeah.
Rash all up and down my body. And he was like, give him something. This was the first time he actually freaked out. Because he was like, oh fuck, like you're actually not
being
okay.
serious,
like,
not being dramatic.
You're not okay. Like,
yeah.
And luckily everything went fine, everything was alright. He ended up being like the best person to be there. Like he's such a calm person and he's just so like relaxing and he's just an idiot. Like he genuinely
about everything.
Yeah, he's just funny. Like he wanted to make jokes about things and it really helped me get through it in the sense that I obviously was so scared to be by myself for a while.
Yeah.
And he was literally just like trying to walk around holding his phone up and being like, I have a first aid certificate, do you want me to help you? And I was like, sit the fuck down.
Before I knock you out.
He's like, I can take your blood pressure, I can do this. You're an idiot.
Oh, bless him.
And then he bought me KFC, so.
Oh, that's nice. Good way to end.
Yeah, that was good.
Won't have any peanuts and M's.
No, thank God. So now he's got a photo of me just sitting in a robe just smashed into him.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
So, got a bad week?
You probably haven't.
You probably haven't. You could have had a worse one though, so we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think I'd take your week over mine, to be honest.
Yeah. It's fucking freezing in Melbourne, I'll say that.
Yeah, Melbourne's cold, man.
It was.
And you guys lost.
Cold, and we lost. Well, that was a given. We knew that was going to happen. I literally said that to Mum. I was like, we're going down to Melbourne to watch them lose. Before they even started, my story was like, oh, I got down here and freeze my ass off and watch my team lose. So
I was watching it and I was like, I'm going to message her and tell her. Like,
it wasn't, I got so much, look, friggin', your mate messaged me like, go Storm. Kay messaged me being like, ha ha ha. I was like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off, the lot of you. All you Melbourne people.
Yeah. I went to, and I was like, oh, won't remember that. It's my team.
I knew that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I was very prepared for it.
Yeah.
But,
of course.
A lot of our top players are out.
Yeah.
Until this week.
Whatever makes you feel better.
Yeah. Literally. Honestly, if we had a good chunk of our top players, I think we would have been, the point system would have been closer.
But is that the same as the Rabbitohs? Because you had pretty, both you played out.
I actually didn't
got smashed.
watch the Bunnies this week.
Yeah, they lost to the Cowboys.
Yeah. I think I watched the first 5 minutes of it.
And then you should have turned it off, yeah.
Yeah,
it
I
went
let
down from there.
Turn it off. Yeah, because Latrell's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both your teams just
not having a good week, but I can't even say that we're gonna have a good week this week because we've got Roosters this week.
No, I wouldn't bother.
I don't know who the Bunnies are playing,
Wouldn't bother at all.
fingers crossed. I need something. I need something. But yeah, it was fucking cold in Melbourne.
Yeah.
I loved it. So first time in Melbourne properly.
Yeah, nice.
Never been to Melbourne. First time properly. I've been to Warrnambool, which is obviously like further inland, still in but like desert. So first time in Melbourne, and the trams.
Well, you
I love them.
You love them.
Yeah. Love them. They're so easy to get around. Sydney had that.
They're so easy, yeah.
They're so easy
and
to get
they're
around.
always coming around.
Every couple of
10
minutes?
I think.
Yeah. So good.
The public transport system in Melbourne is fucking great.
It's incredible.
They've done very well. Like if you don't have trams, you've got your metros, which are really going everywhere in every direction.
Yeah. But yeah, I loved it. It was actually really good. It was a lot colder than I expected it to. If the wind wasn't so cold, I would have been happy. Yeah, happy as Larry. I get that though. But yeah, no, I haven't really got much else to catch up on.
So before we get into the next part, which we will do a bit of a review for 1 year, we're going to do the whole your pet peeves and your gratefuls while we're
for fuck's sake. I haven't thought about them. I haven't thought, have you?
No, but I just thought we could try and just get into it.
Oh, God's sake.
Okay, I'm going to go.
Yeah, please.
I am super grateful, especially fucking this week, for my partner. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, we would not have gone through so much of my shit this week without him.
Yeah.
So that's been amazing.
Been a little jam this week, but
still the most annoying person you'll ever meet, but like, again, looking back at, all my other partners, to like reflect and be like, I've had them all be in situations like that, and you've just been always what I've needed.
Yeah.
Which is good.
And it's so good to finally have someone like
Yeah.
that. Like, once you kind of go through it, it's unfortunate that you have to go through that situation.
Yeah.
But it's like, it definitely sheds light to be like, oh my god, like I've
legit
got a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably my grateful, and then pet peeve.
Being these.
Fucking so many. Yeah. My pet peeve is Sydney's fucking, what is it, fine system. It sucks.
The cameras.
Oh my fucking god. Especially in the east. Like, pet peeve. Stop it. Just get rid of them. Like, you make enough revenue. I've had enough.
Literally, we pay so much tax.
I just
Get off it.
Today, I got a fine for parking in a no stopping for $300.
For 5 minutes. She was
Parking.
5 minutes.
I had less in a speeding fine, and that's dangerous. That is me causing harm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, are you fucking kidding?
All the food too.
It was for KFC.
That'll teach ya. That'll teach ya.
Well, my partner was driving, so I'm gonna try and make him pay.
Pass it off to him.
Legit.
He probably would too, but I've had such a rough
He
week. Let me
he
pay for
said
it.
he was like, I was driving, and I was like, yeah, you were.
Yeah, you guys can pay for it.
I crashed my car and I didn't want to drive.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm gonna say, my pet peeve for the week is job hunting.
Fair.
I'm gonna stop talking about it once I get a job, but for right now, I'm gonna talk about it. So it could be a while. No, I'm hoping to have one next week. But anyway, job hunting is just so tedious, and it's so frustrating because they're like, oh yeah, we'll get back to you next week with it, and I'm like, I have to go through another week. Can you just tell me if I got the job or not?
Yeah, it's like buying this a marketplace.
Oh,
just give me an answer.
Marketplace fucking pisses me off. Like, oh my god, trying to find things for the places like like wardrobes.
Legit.
Oh my god, is it still available?
And then they go,
The fucker hasn't answered, hasn't even opened my message. And with Marketplace, you can't, like, on like a job board or something that you're selling on a page, you can comment it and be like, oh, I've sent you a personal message, or like, you can't do that with Marketplace.
No. It's so stupid.
That pisses me off.
Or you like when you're selling something and people are like, is this available? Like, yeah, are you serious?
No, I just wanted to know what was doing.
What's wrong with you? Like, fuck off.
So yeah, that's my pet peeve.
Yeah.
And then grateful for the 1 day of work that I do have.
Good.
And the team at JB as well.
Yes.
I love my team, so I'm gonna say that I'm grateful for them because I haven't had a very good month in regards to work.
Of course.
So it's good to have such a good support system behind me at the work that I do have.
Of course. Which is fair.
Yeah.
Very fair. I understand that. Okay. Well, there you go. That's a bit of a positive and a negative for you.
Yeah.
For today. But anyways, so we're gonna celebrate our 1 year by looking back on our first couple of episodes and just listening to some stuff that we said, annoyingly enough and disgustingly enough.
It's so cringy listening to we were going through the minutes just before we started recording and listening to how we sound.
Oh my god.
In episode 1.
Yeah.
And I think episode 1 has got our most
views,
downloads and views.
It still gets views.
I
can't.
I know that we're in relationships now and we're getting boring, but like, please don't.
The first one's still terrible.
The first one is absolutely terrible.
It's awful.
Like, I can't listen to it.
It's like, you know when like you go back, you were in high school and you go back to the pages on Facebook when you first had Facebook, and it's like that cringe and people like that stuff.
And your statuses?
Yeah, correct. Ooh. So when people, you know, like you had that phase where like you were in year 12 and your mates went back to your profile from like 2010.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you said this, and we're
like
this. That's the embarrassment.
It's so
that we feel right now.
Oh, it's so bad.
That's how I feel. I feel like I'm going back to when I was 10 years old and listening to myself.
Yeah, nah, I can't.
I said to Dear Diary, it's disgusting.
It's a Dear Diary. I said to Riz, I was like, I can't turn it off. I can't listen to it.
Oh my
so
God.
I don't know how I'm
gonna.
We
sound like children.
We sound like 16-year-olds.
It's rude.
Let's just get over and done.
Okay, so
we're gonna cringe.
Yes.
Apologies.
We are gonna just do a bit of voice notes so you can hear what we've said, and then we're gonna have a chat about it and see how it's different now. Okay? So be ready for that.
I can tell you now that I'm not getting any speeding fines for going to get dick.
Correct. I get it. I don't get speeding fines, but I get a lot of fines for having one dick.
Yeah.
What are you doing, universe?
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so
Let's go.
Here we go. Ways that we're obviously different is probably our types. So like the guys that we kind of go for.
Yeah. Yeah.
How would we describe? Mine's more like, you know, the typical like Hitler style, like blonde hair, blue eyes, which makes sense.
It is a little bit of a hit and miss with us because we will either be like one way completely or the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Like my previous boyfriend, my first serious relationship, he was full Aussie, full blown Aussie,
Nice.
probably the most bogan thing ever. And then my second partner was Filipino, so that kind of gives you a little bit of a range on
mixed bag,
my
yeah.
type. Love mixed bag.
Love mixed bag. That was next. So obviously you heard from a year ago we said our types.
Yeah.
And obviously people don't really know my partner, but yeah, look, he's got blue eyes. Yeah. Oh. No, I know he has. Sorry.
You had
blue
think
eyes.
about that.
No, I was like thinking about the hair. He has blue eyes for sure. I don't think I can be with someone that doesn't have blue eyes. I'm obsessed with blue eyes.
Yeah.
But he's not as blonde as my
Usual
types.
type. Yeah. I mean, mine's got a mixture of Barbados, Sri Lankan, and English.
Legit.
So completely different to my last.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's insane to think that our types are like mine's
Completely
kind of
changed.
still a little bit there, but I was like Aussie all the way. Like,
Yeah. So I couldn't think of anything worse than being with an Australian right now.
Oh, mate.
Like white,
I'm disgusted by
bogan. You piss me off. Like I can't.
Disturbing.
But I used to be like that. Like I went through a phase where I liked the blonde hair, blue eyes, like surfy boys. But I think I've always had, and I think I said that in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
I've always had a type. Love my chocolate men.
You do, yeah.
Love
that.
Michael B. Jordan, Trey
said that.
Songz, Chris Brown.
That's exactly the list.
Literally, I like the vanilla chocolate, trying to crave that.
Yeah,
that
she
darkness.
that, yeah.
And I've ended up with one.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
She happy.
There you go. Yeah, it's weird to think about it.
Mm.
Like I was always Aussie, or like surfer. Kind of.
Yeah.
Or even just like football boy, and now I'm like,
Oh, football or any sport.
Mate,
any sport.
but not soccer.
But yeah, exactly. Football, which is obviously rugby here, just for our
football for me is AFL, guys.
Yeah, rugby or AFL. I was
Yeah.
getting there. It wasn't soccer.
No.
Or basketball players. Or yeah, just anything but soccer.
I wouldn't have thought of soccer. Like
No.
And now,
And I'm the same. I would the only time that I would watch soccer would be for my cousin, and he doesn't even play anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm like, soccer, I don't really give a shit about soccer, but Az loves soccer. He doesn't play so much anymore, but loves it, and I'm like,
I've never heard of soccer more in my fucking life.
gross.
But yeah, so that's changed.
Definitely. Yeah.
365.
Yeah. Yeah, Rissy tries to stick to the beaches.
Shouldn't.
Or they end up coming to her, whereas I do the travelling.
Well, that's what happens when
I
you're
drive.
at home.
Yeah.
So,
how crazy is that to think that I was travelling to Maroubra, Bondi, Penrith,
Liverpool.
I went
Newcastle.
I went to Newcastle, Cronulla. I used to travel so much to be like, I'm gonna go see this guy.
Yeah.
And I did not have a complaint about it.
And I was like, that's disgusting. I'm not going as far. I went furthest I was Maroubra, and I complained about it.
Yeah. But wasn't what's the face the one that spilled milk in your
Yeah,
ice cream in Penrith?
Shut up.
Okay, shut up. But yeah.
Again, once off, but yeah, look.
Still you travelled.
And I hated it. I never liked it. I didn't
mind it.
No, I hated it. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I want someone around the beaches. And you were like, nah, don't want beaches.
No,
hate beaches.
Yeah.
And now,
I've got a local.
And mine's on the fucking east side.
Yeah, mine's in all the beaches now. And
I
you're on
spend
the
my
other
time
side.
in the east.
Yeah, that's crazy because I was so adamant being like, yeah, go and
same
travel.
on the other fucking way.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Like, a year has changed a lot in the sense of
Massively.
how much we do for the people that we care about.
Yeah.
Which is just it's crazy, and like to think that like even traveling to Bondi is just so far.
It's so far.
Like I never
Absolutely
realized.
so far.
And honestly, all the hot guys are in Bondi.
Oh, Maroubra.
Stuck to that. I'm okay.
Eastern
Jesus.
suburbs.
That's where
Anything
it's at.
over the bridge.
So if you're planning on moving, go down eastern suburbs.
I must have known.
Definitely
some lookers.
overrated, but they are hot, and a lot of them are actually from the UK.
Yeah.
We've actually had to find.
A few from the UK. Yeah.
So if you can handle an accent, definitely check that, or just like increase your radius.
Or increase your radius.
Increase your radius. So
Yeah, Bondi is just,
Bondi is a hike. It is a hike. I can't lie, but I'm there
A lot.
every weekend
yeah,
with my partner.
yeah, no, I can't really think of anything worse, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
I did all my
tolls are
driving, I don't
expensive.
do it
Yeah,
anymore.
you do. But that's what I mean. Like now we talk about it in like back then, I appreciated an English accent. I was like, yeah, it's nice.
Oh, I
Now
still
I
appreciate
have it. I'm like, it's so superior.
I actually still love it. Like,
I'm obsessed.
so as is in the UK at the moment, and he's coming here this week.
Yeah.
That we're filming. It's his second week, and we don't talk a lot on the phone, like physically on the phone. Like we text each other all the time and all of that. But we don't really talk.
Yeah.
And he sent me a video of his nephew,
Oh.
and he was talking in the background, and I was like, I actually miss hearing your voice.
Yeah.
And I adore his accent. I love it. I could listen to
Yeah,
it all day.
Honestly,
Like,
it's so nice. Like it's a
so
lovely thing.
nice.
Especially when they're from a nice part of the UK.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have to be from a nice.
I love Beck and I love Erin, but fuck me, you guys butcher the English language.
Yeah.
You need to stop.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and it's so funny now because people, my partner comes into my work all the time and he knows a lot of my regulars now, and they like speak to me when he's not there, and they're like, he has a lovely voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I listen to it all the time. Just to me.
Imagine it when I'm talking dirty to you. That's fucking great.
Yeah. No, I've always loved an accent.
Yeah, same, but I just didn't know how much I would appreciate it.
Yeah. Until you've got
And
it.
now I hear Aussies and I'm like,
Ugh.
I listen to myself and I talk to him and I'm like, why do you want to be with a Bonian Aussie?
Why do you want to be with someone that sounds like me?
Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or like get in, get out. This is
Yeah.
like
Nah,
give me a cuddle and I'm like, I'm gonna fall in love with you. Like stop.
Sydney boys are different.
They're a different
They're
breed.
different. They're different
It's
breeds.
different.
Mm-hmm.
And like that could be a big reason why obviously we both are full like no stayovers, nothing like. And
Yeah.
I think at the start I was
Yeah. So, no stayovers.
Yeah, so I didn't, when I was still single,
Yeah.
I still
No,
wasn't staying
hated it.
over. Hated it. So that hasn't changed too much. Obviously with my partner now I'll stay over at his, like that's not an issue. But even with my regular throughout my year of being single, he's like, oh, just stay, like just you can leave in the morning. I'm like, nah. I'd
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, okay, like
No.
it's 1 o'clock in the morning, like let me just try and shut my eyes for a bit. I literally would be up at 2:30, 3 o'clock. I'm going home.
Yeah,
I can't,
no,
like,
that's
I
not
can't
nice.
stay.
No.
I hate it.
I reckon this is that's the funny part. Like I stayed at a few people's houses. I hated it. I was so
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I was like, no, I don't sleep well. I don't like it.
Mm.
Like stop. Like I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But then my partner was probably the first person I slept with, and stayed at his house, and
Yeah.
I felt comfortable, and I actually enjoyed it. I slept
Yeah.
well. And I was just like, that's just crazy to think that that's now what it's like.
Yeah, there's just something about like when you find the right person,
Yeah.
like. But in saying that, I love being in my own bed.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than being in your own home.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer my partner's bed. I don't go, like, he doesn't have to be in it. That's fine.
You can go so wide.
You can go on the couch,
Yeah.
pass out on the floor.
Yeah.
I just want to be in his bed. Like, it's a massive king.
I was going to say, is that because
And I'm obsessed with it.
what's going on, or is it because you actually like bed?
No, I just said he can fucking be off the bed.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I just want to be in the bed. Like, it's just
Yeah.
a comfortable bed, and like obviously he's got the view and everything like that. So I'm like,
His apartment of what I've obviously
man.
what you showed me looks beautiful.
incredible.
So I really don't blame you, to be honest.
It's a big reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I find I'm so comfortable in Az's place now.
Yeah.
Like, I can be there by myself.
Yeah.
Like, was it your birthday maybe, or was it a night that we had gone out and he was out as well, and I ended up staying, I think it was when we went on the boat actually.
Yeah.
I went and stayed at his. I was out like a light.
Yeah, legit.
And he wasn't even there.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool, I'll see you when you get home.
Go to bed. Yeah, literally. It's actually like I genuinely I love that. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be still in bed and he'll go to like the office and he'll go to his conference and I'm like that cold. And
I'm
like,
just
going
here.
up until like 10 and he's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
I've been sleeping.
Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy how much changes in that sense. Like I said, mine hadn't changed too much throughout being single, but otherwise.
No, what's going on?
I like everything.
Yeah.
By the way,
Short
over 30 minutes. Come on.
Oh, we're talking about that up.
Wrap it up.
I thought you were talking about short.
No.
Short kings?
Short. No.
We don't.
Short. Everything's just not
Short
a
kings?
vibe. I mean, there's one.
Under
There's
6
one
foot?
short king.
There's
There's
one.
one.
6 foot. There's one.
So,
Not him.
backtracking. Obviously the start of that one we said short and sweet, right? We like anything that's below 30 minutes, and you thought I was talking about height.
Yeah, height in guys.
So in both sense, I think mine again, even like with sex, mine's changed so much more. I
Mine's changed
prefer it lengthy. I want time. I want
Yeah.
shit going on.
Yeah.
If it's too quick, like sometimes a quick one's great.
Yeah, quickie's good
Let's go.
sometimes.
But then there's sometimes I'm like, no, like give me a good hour.
Keep going.
2, like.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Again, I think when it's with the right person and it just works, like you just I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
So,
No, I agree. The quickies were good back then.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, just hurry up, get over problem so I can leg it.
Yeah, literally.
But now,
No.
it's the comfort. It's kind of like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't going
You've
anywhere.
got the whole
can
thing. You do take your
take your
time.
time.
And then obviously you talk about short kings, and you heard us say nothing under 6 foot.
Nothing under 6 foot. Like, especially for you because you're taller.
Yeah.
But me because I'm so little, like I needed that height.
Yeah.
And so we were pretty big on 6 footers. We were like, no.
Above 6 foot. Has to be above 6 foot.
Yeah. I think we in that episode we spoke about how on your preferences for like hinge and stuff.
Yes.
Like the height was a big thing.
Yes.
But we haven't really ended up with
Yeah,
over 6
like
foot.
6'10", I think. No, 6'10".
Oh, so 6'10".
Fuck, that's tall.
That's huge.
Jesus. No, you're not tall, you
5'10".
stand on the bed. Like, 5'10".
5'10", yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be too far off.
I think he's the same height.
Is your height?
My partner or yours?
No, he's as the same as you.
I think he's my height, yeah.
So what are you?
5'8". Pushing. I think he's a little bit taller than me.
So he'd
I think
be
he's like
probably
5'9".
like 5'9".
Yeah.
So
I think my partner's just a little bit taller than me.
yeah.
Could just be his hair. It's quite high.
Yeah, he's got a lot of hair.
Gets away with that. I'm like, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Like if
You
I
might be
count,
5'9"
then
too.
this needs to count, right? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 5'9". But yeah, so again, we've just called ourselves out there, so
Yeah.
that's great. And last one.
And stay away from feet. Honestly, if anyone can explain to me what it is about feet, especially like toe sucking. If you suck on people's toes, I'm gonna pour sanitizer down your mouth.
One, I'm so bogan. That's what I mean.
I'm gonna pour sanitizer down your mouth.
But as I've said in previous episodes, I have been getting to the thought of having my toes sucked.
Oh.
It's disturbing.
No.
I hated them.
no.
I hated them. I'm not, again, not the biggest fan of anyone
Yeah.
else's.
Yeah.
But like, my partner touches my feet will do two things. Like, rubs my feet, and I happily
will let him
touch
do it.
his.
Yeah. So I can like, see, as doesn't like feet either.
Oh,
like he's like, nah, no feet. But like, if we're laying like this, and like his feet are here, he will massage my feet or I'll massage his feet or whatever. But I don't think he would go to that length to suck my toe. I wouldn't even let him. Like, I see.
Nah. This is where I don't believe I'm going to say. I don't even want to say it so bad. I want no.
I'm gonna keep you accountable. Go on.
No, like I thought about it because my friend, who I recently actually met, she was like, I've done it during this time, like, and I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of curious. I would never do it to him. I'm not gonna suck his toes. I'm gonna draw the line there. Look, maybe next year, get me in the next year, and you might be like, have you done it? But no, that's a line. There's a line.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it. I'm okay with feet too. Like, I don't mind them.
Yeah.
But I would never do that.
But yeah, so
things are changing around here.
So much has changed.
So much has changed. It's been a crazy year.
Ridiculous.
Mm.
To think how much has changed. Like,
yeah.
even just like personally, the development's been insane for both of us.
Yeah. Even from like episode 1 to episode 10.
Yeah.
Those first 10 episodes, even if we had like missed a week or anything like that, those, let's say 10 weeks, we had changed so much. Like, it's just crazy, and I understand now why people document their life. So like 100%. People who do YouTube and people who like vlog and stuff like that, it now just makes sense, because normally you'd be like, oh, like I enjoy watching people watching their vlogs and like zooming around in other people's lives, and sometimes you think, how do you ever just think about, oh, I'm gonna become a YouTuber and I'm gonna vlog? But it's so interesting to see the changes, and it's so quick as well.
Yeah.
So quick. So you can imagine the first 10 weeks to a year now.
That's what I mean. Like, I think every season is very different in what we've spoken about, how we've spoken about things, the people we are, our voices for some weird reason.
Oh my gosh, we sound like 16-year-olds.
Yeah, what is that? But yeah, I think there's so much growth in it, and I think we said that from the start, that we wanted to kind of have it as a memory to look back on and be like, this is what we did in our lives, and this is where we were at the point of our lives in our mid-20s. Which is now actually a thing. I'm 25 and I'm 26, so
yeah, it's gone quick.
But I think it's just so funny that it's obviously happened. We decided to do it, and then 6 months later, we like get into relationships, and you're like, what? Yeah. It's just crazy how quickly everything changes. So and I guess it's just a life thing as well. Like, don't take any day for granted, and love everyone, and love your family, love your friends, because you just don't know when it's just going to be cut so short. And like we said before, this year is going so quickly. Time is going so quickly, and that's what I mean. Like, as you've heard, my last week has not been nice, and there's been times where I'm like, well, I'm just so grateful for everything. Like, there's ups and downs and everything, and next week we're going to cover some like friendship stuff, but I think it's always just so important to just, if you're not happy with stuff, like, it's your life, you have to live with it, so speak up and talk about it. Like, if you want something to change, make the change. And it's not going to change if you don't talk about it. Exactly. And sometimes the universe just wants to kick you in the balls. The universe does that, can I just say? Many times. The universe like watches you, and it's like, you're having too good of a time. We're gonna fuck it up this week. We're gonna fuck it up this week. But hey, you look at next week. Next week's always better. But there's always, tomorrow's always better. Exactly. But there's always a positive in things. Like, as I've been saying to my partner, I'm like, I'm so exhausted, I'm drained, like, I'm sick of this shit just hitting me. And then I can look there and be like, you know what? I'm so grateful I have him. I have my people around me. And like, weigh it up. And it's like, it's annoying, but there's always things that you should look at that are good in the here and now. Because if you look too much on the negative side, it just sucks the life out of it. And it's like, no. It's the whole, manifesting thing. Like, look to the future, think of the good, manifest the good, and it will start to come true. Like, if you believe things are going to get better, things will get better. Your mindset is literally, it's a powerful thing. The biggest reason why you're going to move through things.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so thank you so much for joining us for our 1 year.
It's been a wild ride.
Which is just ridiculous.
And here's to the next one.
Yeah. Stick around because we're about to hit 50 and
We are about to
that's
hit
a
50.
massive deal, and we still have so many regular, frequent listeners.
Yeah.
That we're so grateful for.
Yeah. Yeah. It's lovely to have everyone around.
Yeah.
And there's new people coming all the time. So
Legit.
yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on topics or anything that you want us to touch base on, we can always touch base on single lives if you've got any dilemmas or you want advice or if you want relationship advice as well. Hit us up.
We're here
on our Instagram or comment below on our YouTube.
Yeah.
I've been watching too much YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Like and
Kidding.
subscribe.
I'm kidding. We're not going to do that.
Follow on Instagram.
Follow on Instagram. Link in bio. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Happy 1 year to all your toxic bitches.
And just have a very safe and warm winter, please.
Yeah, stay warm.
It's cold out there.
It's fucking freezing. But we will see you next week then.
Of course.
Goodbye.
Bye.